Hi there, my name is Niki Leach, and I'm one of the hosts of the online talk show Everyday Connection. What you are about to hear is an excerpt from a series of features we are offering through the show called Fibro Fridays. Today's piece is all about truth, honesty, and you, and the power that you have to go from the devastating and debilitating effects of fibromyalgia back to complete health and well-being. They told me it couldn't be cured. I said it could, and I'm going to share with you through this series of videos how I managed to go from praying for death daily to loving living.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at Fibro Friday.
We are.
We are.
It's that time of the week again.
A time of the week again where we talk about the ongoing journey.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Healing fibromyalgia.
Myalgia.
So for new listeners, again, this is week 3 of Fibro Friday, and we will have the past episodes. They will be made into short videos and put up on our YouTube channel, which we will send out through our Facebook page at both the Flow Cooperative and Everyday Connection. Bear with us, folks. This new Waking Up with Everyday Connection radio show takes a lot of work to get launched, so it might take me a couple more days to get those videos up, but they are coming up. Oh my goodness, so much to keep up with. But so far what we've covered, and on the first Fibro Friday, the most important lesson out of that, other than the backstory and how it is I got diagnosed and that journey, was really about learning to love your body and love your disease, which sounds crazy, I understand, but it's really important that you first embrace the idea that your body is not working against you, it's actually working for you, that anytime we feel pain, it is a warning sign that something more serious is going on, and it is for us to open up a conversation with our own bodies and figure out what that is. So we're going to talk a little bit about that conversation today. And then the second week of Fibro Friday was focused on learning how to laugh. So using laughter and joy and passion as natural painkillers, because it's really important that you try to get your focus away from the pain. The physical pain I'm referring to here, okay? I'm not referring to the emotional causes, because we're going to talk about that today too. I'm talking about getting your attention away from the physical pain so that you distracting yourself to the point where you're able to actually get the rest that you need to be able to start this healing journey, because you're going to need your strength.
It's hard to visualize a healthy foot while it's throbbing,
Absolutely.
Abraham
Absolutely.
said,
I agree.
and admitted, reality can sometimes be very big and very loud. So distract yourself.
You should, yeah, absolutely. So it's all about getting happy and focusing on the things in your life that bring you joy, make you smile, make you laugh, or that you're passionate about. So, one of the things we talked about is I wrote myself out of illness, out of sickness, out of disease, by writing my third book, which is called Crashing Back to Earth and available on Amazon for 99 cents in its raw, unedited format. So if you want honesty and truth,
misspellings and grammar mistakes and
the whole bit. You want honesty, there it is. You're going to get it all in those pages. It's about as gut-wrenching honest as you can get. And that's what we're going to talk about today, being honest. Well, one of the things that we're quickly learning to be a truth in modern day medicine is something that the ancient indigenous people knew to be a truth, is that our emotional state can oftentimes manifest into physical dis-ease. So we've talked about that before on the show as well. This state of disease is actually your body reacting to you being in an emotional state of dis-ease. So you are ill at ease. Therefore, you have an illness. Okay? So it's time now to talk about taking a really honest look at your life. So you've taken some time out. You've decided, okay, I'm going to get better. I want to get better. This is my choice. This is what I'm going to do. And now it's time to take the first steps towards doing that. So one of the first things you need to do is look at your life and look at the things in it and figure out what it is about your life that is making you uncomfortable or unhappy. Have you been working a career or a job that is making you miserable? Is it against your morals and ethics? Is it against your inner guidance, your inner knowing? Are you part of an organization, a belief structure that is making you feel uncomfortable? It's against your inner knowing and you're not quite sure, that what you're being told is actually in alignment with what your heart is feeling.
True
Are you
for
in a
you.
relationship? Right. It has to be true for you. And that's what we're going to talk about that today too, because we're talking about honesty and truth. So we're going to talk about that as well. It has to be true for you. Everything in your life has to be true for you, including this healing journey. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But it could be a relationship. It could be a relationship.
That can be a big one.
Either,
Tough one.
huge, right? Either a relationship in love. Actually, no, all relationships are relationships in love. Be they with your parents, your family, extended or otherwise, your children, your lover,
Boss,
your husband,
coworkers.
wife, boss, coworkers,
Anyone
anybody
you
in your
relate to.
life. Right. That's a relationship, right? Anybody in your life who is maybe not. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that you share your life with, you have to agree with, because that would be a falsehood right there. It's this beautiful, amazing thing about our world is that we have this thing, diversity. Yeah, we have so many different belief structures and ways of being that we can spend a lifetime learning, and that is so cool. And we can live together with other people who believe other than us quite happily, as long as their views or our views are not being forced and imposed on the other. So that's when we talk about, like, with your relationships. Are you feeling in your relationships that you're being supported? Are you feeling that you're being inspired? Are you feeling that you're being cherished, appreciated? That's a huge one. We all need to feel appreciated for what we do, for how we be. So this is something that you need to look at, that you need to take time to look at. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to, through the journey of health and wellness, it's going to be something that's going to be ongoing from kind of this point on. Once you've made the choice to start looking at this, it's going to be an ongoing thing for the rest of your life. You have to start being discerning about the relationships that you focus your time and your energy on. So that's really important for your emotional well-being. Other things that can cause emotional distress, things that have happened in the past. And yes, okay, we say live in the now moment. However, if in the now moment you are feeling angst, anger, sorrow, confusion, regret, those emotions that you are feeling and not addressing can make you very, very sick very quickly. They need to be recognized. Now, that does not mean that you have to dive into them and feel them intensely.
Hang out there.
You don't have to hang out there. But it is a good idea to take a step outside, look at them very closely, and examine why you feel that way about those things, and then start working towards, in whatever way works best for you. And here is where I cannot tell you how to do this, and we're going to talk about that again in a minute. I've got to be honest and truthful. This is your journey. You have to create, and this is where that word we've been using all day comes in, synchronistic. You have to create for yourself a healing team. That includes friends, family, people that you happen to run into along the way, be it on the internet or during your everyday goings out into the world, at work, whatever it may be. Now's when you need to really start keeping your eyes and ears open for all the answers that are going to start coming your way with regards to how you personally can get yourself back to health and well-being. Okay? So
Brutally honest.
I can't tell you,
blunt.
Brutally honest, I can't be here and sit here in this space not knowing you and your journey and tell you how to fix your stuff, because that's not my job. My job is to just tell you how I've discovered that I can fix my stuff, and to maybe in the sharing of that guide you to the first steps of fixing your stuff, because the only person who can fix your stuff is you. So you have to take a really close, really blunt and honest look at your life. And then you have to go about finding solutions to what you perceive to be the problems in your current reality. So the things that are making you unhappy, it's time to start making choices that will change those into things that make you happy.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean go out tomorrow, quit your job, call all your friends and say, we're not friends anymore, please don't call me. I mean, I suppose it could get itself in that urgent of a space, but it could be as simple as when you have pain or difficulty walking or something happens with your neuropathy in your legs, are you going, oh, damn legs, things are worthless? What? Careful, your body is listening.
Your body is listening, so it's time to really pay attention to how you're speaking, how you're being, to the thoughts that you're having. And I know this all sounds like so much work, but trust me when I say that, because this is a journey, this is a life journey, and this is a choice that you have made. You have made the choice consciously to get better. That choice right there is going to take the work out of it. The answers are going to flow directly to you. That is exactly what happened to me. Once I made that conscious choice to get better, everything I did from there on out seemed to be conspiring to get me healthy.
And had friends that asked you, look, you're a writer, you're passionate about writing. Have you written about this?
Yeah, write
You don't
yourself
have to
well.
write. You don't have to write a book about it. Even you could just write a journal about it if you're a writer. You're a talker like me. Tape some stuff. Tape yourself. But
just
take a good, honest
popping
look.
into my things popping into my awareness constantly and consistently that I was being drawn to pay attention to. So, things like certain supplements, dietary changes that I've initiated into my lifestyle. These things were constantly and consistently being popped into my awareness. And when I wasn't paying attention, they would pop up more and more frequently. So these are things that you need to pay attention to while you're going along this journey. And let's be honest with ourselves in saying that there's a lot of the times when I was first starting this that something would come up over and over again and I would ignore it because I was in too much pain. I was just like, give me drugs, I don't care. So that's where I go back to that original advice. Right. That's where I go back to that original advice where I'm saying, it's okay for now to take the medication that helps you manage the pain, because that puts you in a state of being able to receive, right? If you're not in as much pain as you normally are, then you can actually pay attention to these synchronistic events that are going to start occurring in your life. So again, we go back to...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about how synchronistic your journey was. With along came Dr. Walls, and then along came C-Veg, and then along came, stuff just comes out of nowhere to help you.
Yeah, it really was. It was absolutely like just boom, 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 boom. So this is where we go back to that being honest with ourselves. Part of that being honest with ourselves and looking at the things in our lives that have maybe not made us so unhappy, we also have to be honest and look at the things that we are doing that maybe is not making us so healthy. So while we're looking at the emotional state, we also need to look at our physical state. But I caution as I'm saying this, I want to remind you that you're not allowed to be mean to yourself. At no time am I saying you can look at the things that you've done or the life that you've built and then beat yourself up over that. No, I made some really bad choices. Look at where I am. That's not okay either. You need to celebrate right here, right now, that you've made the choice to change that. And nothing else matters than that.
No.
So anything you've done up until this point can be looked at from afar. It can be examined. It can be worked with. However you need to do that. But you are not allowed to use it as a tool to punish yourself.
To beat yourself around the head and shoulders with whatever it is you may or may not have done in your mind.
That's right. No beating yourself up.
Take an honest look at you got a habit that it's maybe not so good. All right, well, we can change that. But you can't beat yourself up about the fact that you have it. Because that'll get you nowhere fast. That'll get you sick again somewhere else.
It will.
You find a medicine, a chemical that can straighten out something, well, something else will go wrong. Or it'll get worse. Or just, Abraham's so fond of saying, you don't do something about it, don't worry, it'll get bigger.
It will, totally. Absolutely. You what he just said.
It's really kind of where you end up with the physical thing anyway. Many of the folks that we've had on the show that are medical intuitives or are otherwise sensitive to people's physical condition will tell you that pain is generally your body's last resort. It has tried to tell you something already, and you have missed it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's exactly it. So this week is all about honesty and truth. Honesty and truth with yourself.
Transparency.
Honesty and truth about your life. Honesty and truth about your choices. But again, you're not allowed to beat yourself up. And so then we have to get back to the last honest truth. And we have to do this early on in this series because it's really important that you understand this as well. Everything that I'm going to talk about is from my own personal journey. And I cannot sit here talking to you today and guarantee that everything I tell you that worked for me is going to work for you. All I can do is tell you what did work and then allow you and encourage you to take those tools and tricks and experiment with them and use them to build your own healing team and your own healing regime. And when I talk about a healing team, I include Western medical doctors, holistic healers, and I encourage you to be open and honest with all of the people that you work with. If you're working with a chiropractic and you have a general practitioner, a traditional Western medicine general practitioner, or you have a specialist, general Western medicine again, plus you have a massage therapist, and you might have a homeopath, you might have a yoga instructor. All of these people need to know about and be aware of all the rest of the other people that are helping you. So that's vitally, vitally important. Please don't think that it's okay to hide from your family physician the fact that you're using naturopathic medicines. You need to allow these people the opportunity to work together.
And
because that's
if one of the
how
people
it works.
in your assembled healing team doesn't want to work with any of the others, they think that they're all that there is in the universe, maybe you need to seek out another one in that position.
That's kind of a red flag.
It doesn't matter whether that's the massage therapist, the herbalist, the acupuncturist, or the doctor. That's just not, it's kind of a bad signal.
It is. Absolutely.
They're not going to cooperate.
Definitely.
They're not going to cooperate with these other members of the healing team. So are they going to cooperate with your body, or are they going to tell your body how to be? And that just never works.
It doesn't, because
control.
Healing, the journey to health and wellness is not a one-size-fits-all solution, which is why I can't tell you definitively that everything I've done in my life is going to work for you. Okay? All I can do is share with you what has worked for me and share with you my inner knowing that if you take this on, if this is the decision and the choice that you have made for your life, then there is nothing in this world that can stop you from getting better. That I know to be a truth. That I know to be a fact. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in everybody else's life that we've worked with on the show that's come back from some of these really, really deadly diseases, MS, cancer, fibromyalgia,
Abusive
neuropathy,
relationships.
abusive relationships, alcoholism, drug addiction. We know this to be a truth, that once you have made that choice, there is nothing in the universe that can stop you from getting better, except you. The only person who can stop you is you.
And
that's the only truth I can tell you definitively that is. So as for the rest of it, it's up to you. You have to take everything that we're going to share with you, and you have to use your own discernment, your own inner knowing. You have to be honest about whether the things I'm saying today sound like BS or whether or not they sound like truth. And then you have to filter through them with that amazing filter that we've been given, your intuition, your heart, your inner knowing. You have to filter through them and figure out which ones are going to personally work for you, because this is all about you. It's not about me.